Greetings to you, dear clients and subscribers. This is Ison Company. In this video, we will review the updated Ison Grot-S video surveillance system. These are ready-made kits that have been produced by Ison for almost 10 years. This is a higher than average video surveillance option. This is 5 megapixels with a 4-fold zoom on a very good latest generation Sony sensor. With night illumination using the latest generation IR LEDs. These ready-made kits have been produced for almost 10 years. Every 2 to 3 years, they are updated. And we have a review of the 2024 update. The external design of the cameras has been updated, the processors have been upgraded, and they have become even higher quality for the same price. Latest IR LEDs installed. Available configurations: Ison Grot-S, 132 cameras. Options 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 16, 20, 32 cameras. Ready-made kits. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 16, 20, 0, 32 cameras. So these are ready-made kits. There are also configurations with a hard drive and without a hard drive. The hard drive is a device that is installed inside the video recorder. In the versions without a hard drive, there will be no recording, only online viewing. In the kits with a hard drive, there will be recording accordingly. If you install the hard drive yourself, keep in mind that you need to use specialized hard drives for surveillance systems. In the case of any other hard drive, there may be issues with both the recorder and the warranty. Keep this in mind. There are also Ison Grot-S and Ison Grot-SE kits. They are also 5 megapixels. We are often asked how they differ. Ison Grot-E is slightly cheaper than Ison Grot-S. They differ in processors. The processor is what is inside the camera, inside the video recorder. In the versions with the E index, the processors are cheaper. And the shooting quality there is about 20–25% simpler in terms of clarity and detail. But at the same time, they are cheaper for about the same money. There is also the Ison Grot-SF kit, which consists of 4 megapixel options. People often ask if the difference between 5 megapixels and 4 megapixels is noticeable. The answer is simple. The difference is 20%. That is, 1 megapixel is 1 million pixels, 1 million dots on the screen. Accordingly, in 5 megapixel cameras, there are 1 million more dots, 1 million more pixels, and this difference is 20%. There are also 4 megapixel options with the E index processor. People often ask if, for example, comparing the 5 megapixel Ison Grot-S and the 4 megapixel on a standard powerful processor, which one is better to choose? The answer is also simple. Always focus on the price. If you see that one model is more expensive than another, say by 10%, then it is also 10% better in terms of shooting quality and detail. We currently have the Ison Grot-S4 configuration under review, which includes 4 cameras with a hard drive, 4 cameras with a hard drive. Let's take a look at what is included in this set. The set includes 4 Ison HD 50 SEU cameras. We also have a separate review of these cameras on the channel. Included with each camera in the package, of course, are the mounting hardware, an Allen wrench for adjustments, the product passport, and the user manual. Also included is a 4-channel video recorder. We will take a detailed look at it now, and of course there are 4 spools of cable included. This is a BNC cable. These are ready-made spools of 18 meters with pre-made connectors. Here we can see the BNC connectors and power connectors for connection. I will show later how to connect and set up the entire system. The kit also includes a power splitter. The power supply connects here, it's in this box. And here you can connect 4 cameras at once. If you have a kit for 8 cameras, accordingly the splitter will be for 8 cameras. The power supply is also included. For powering 4 cameras at once, it comes in a separate box. Here is its plug. I will show later how everything connects. And the recorder always comes with its own power supply. It is always in the box with the video recorder itself. Let's take a look. A separate box, separate power supply for the video recorder. It's important not to confuse these power supplies. Here is the control mouse. Connection cable for the hard drive, as well as screws for connecting the hard drive. If you purchase the set with a hard drive, the hard drive will already be installed inside the video recorder. It will already be formatted and ready for use. If you purchase the hard drive separately, or if you have, for example, a hard drive left from an old surveillance system, you will need to install the video recorder yourself. And it is important to format the hard drive beforehand. If you do not do this, the recording will not start. There have been many cases where people install their hard drive, think everything is fine. A few months pass, a thief comes to you, and you check your surveillance system to see what happened, but there is no recording. So, let's take a look at the video recorder itself. It has its own box and its own packaging. We need to open all the packaging. Let's remove the protective film from the front side so it doesn't distract us. On the front side, we see 3 indicator lights. The indicator lights for the hard drive, internet, and power. If these lights are on or blinking, everything is fine. If any of them are not lit, it means something has happened, either with the hard drive, the internet, or the power supply. The internet is not a mandatory component for the operation of the surveillance system. This option is only necessary if you want to view video remotely through your smartphone. If you do not want to do this, or for example, if there is no internet at the site, the system will still record. You just need to approach your video recorder to transfer the information to a flash drive, or simply to view the recorded video segment. These video recorders and the complete Ison Grot-S surveillance system recorders also support operation with 3G, 4G internet. That is, if you do not have wired internet, this system can also work with SIM cards. For this, you need a USB modem with a SIM card. Insert the USB modem into the router, and the router connects to the video recorder with a cable. I will show you visually how this is done a little later. And here is the USB port for connecting a mouse or a flash drive to reset the information. On the back side, we see 2 connectors for microphones. You can also additionally connect microphones here, which are also available on our website in the Others section. Audio output, a connector for connecting to old monitors, and a connector for VGA. I do not recommend connecting through these connectors. Always connect via HDMI to view the 2K image that your cameras provide in maximum quality. Here is a network connector for connecting to the internet or network. Here is another USB connector for connecting a mouse or flash drive. Here are connectors for connecting alarm sensors. Here is the power connector and the RS485 connector for connecting PTZ cameras. A distinctive feature of the Ison Grot-S video surveillance systems is that the cameras come in black, or rather dark gray housings. These are quite rare cameras. If you look online right now, you will see that 99% of all video surveillance cameras from other manufacturers are produced in light housings. And there are quite few options when you need to have black video surveillance cameras at your facility. Accordingly, you will either paint your cameras or you can purchase a ready-made option. Another distinctive feature of these cameras is that they have a 4-fold mechanical zoom. The zoom is controlled with a screwdriver. Here on the first screw, you adjust the zoom itself, and on the second, you adjust the focal length. Zoom video surveillance cameras can see 4 times further compared to regular cameras, plus they have twice as powerful night illumination than, for example, the Ison HD 50 SRD cameras and the ready-made Ison Greco Pro systems. This option, in general, you can notice that the external cameras are almost the same as those of the Ison HD 50 SRD systems, only they are in a dark housing and are physically 1.5 times larger because they have a 4-fold mechanical zoom and a much more powerful lens. Zoom cameras are significantly more powerful, both in terms of daytime and nighttime shooting. You can zoom in on the gate, the garage, the windows, along the fence. This is done during installation. There are more advanced options where you can control the zoom remotely from a phone, tablet, or computer. For example, Ison Grot-X, but they are naturally more expensive. If you don't need this option, if you don't plan to use the zoom at all, meaning you only adjust it once, then you don't need an electronic zoom at all. These cameras are outdoor vandal-proof with an IP67 protection class. They are dust and moisture resistant and operate at temperatures down to -60 degrees. There is also a smart heating system here, meaning there is no typical problem where a system of, say, 8 cameras would consume 3 kilowatts, as with older surveillance cameras. These cameras also come with Sony sensors. These are original Sony sensors, not copies, replicas, or fakes, of which there are many on AliExpress now. The sensor is what is inside the camera and is what 90% determines the quality of the camera's recording and its durability. In the case of cameras, when you take 5 megapixel cameras with 2K recording, you can be sure that you will see the true 2K resolution, and there won't be a situation like on AliExpress where you buy, for example, an 8 megapixel camera, but it somehow shows worse than a camera from the 90s because it has a poor sensor. Here, the sensor and processor are the best of the latest generation. The cameras also have built-in night EK LED illumination, which gives it a range of 60 meters. For comparison, the range of the night EK LED illumination for the iSync Greco Pro model and the iSync HD50 SRD camera is up to 30 meters. That is, it is twice as powerful here. These cameras also feature the latest WDR and DNR technologies. UDR is a technology that improves the image quality of cameras in poor or inadequate lighting conditions. I have told you more than once that buying a surveillance camera without this technology is essentially money wasted. Because no matter where you place your camera, several times a day there will be situations where sunlight hits the camera lens, or conversely, shadows fall. And at that time, everything in the frame will be black, faces will be black, and car license plates will be black. The WDR technology solves this problem. And here we have real WDR. Not some copy or replica, of which there are also many from AliExpress. And you won't have the typical situation where you bought a camera that claims to have WDR. But in reality, this technology is implemented very poorly. Here there are original technologies that solve the aforementioned problem. There is also DNR technology, which reduces noise, that is, graininess in low light conditions. The ready-made iSync Grot-S systems come with all the most modern features. This is viewing from a phone, and this option is completely free. There are no subscription fees for using the app, unlike many brands. There is also an intelligent motion sensor here, meaning you can set the area for the motion sensor to trigger, adjust the sensitivity of your sensor, and set up notifications on your smartphone for motion sensor activation. And this is also free, requiring no monthly subscription fees. Now I will show you how easy it is to connect and set up the iSync Grot-S video surveillance system. First, let's take the camera cable. Remove the protective cap. Take any spool of cable. Connect the power connector male to female. Also connect the BNC connector, plug it in, and twist until it clicks. On the other side. We connect the power supply. For this we need the Zmej-Gorynik, which is a power splitter. We connect it this way. Here we connect the Zmej-Gorynik to the main power supply. It is important not to confuse them. The power supply that came with the video recorder should power the video recorder, and only it. Here, we will plug the socket into the outlet. Next, we connect the BNC connector from the cable to a port of your choice on the video recorder. Also turn it on and twist until it clicks. The power supply for the video recorder, we also connect it here. We will connect the mouse directly to the USB port, which came with us in the package. We will view the video via HDMI through a specialized Ison monitor. By viewing through a specialized monitor, firstly, we will see the image in maximum quality. And secondly, specialized monitors differ in that they never conflict in terms of displaying the grid, when you need to view 4 or 8 cameras simultaneously. Regular monitors and regular TVs can sometimes conflict, sometimes they do not. Also, specialized monitors are more reliable and more durable because they are designed to operate 24/7. You can also purchase such a monitor on our website isoncom.ru. The monitor connects with an HDMI cable. The HDMI cable always comes included with the monitor. It never comes separately with the video surveillance system.
Now let's take a look at the DVR control menu. Here we need to select the language. Here the system prompts us to enter the password. The default password on all the DVRs is Ison12345. Click Login here, and we need to check the time. Check the time zone to match the current time zone. Click Next. This is the network settings of the DVR. This is necessary if you immediately connect the recorder to your network. Here are the network settings for all cameras. Click Next. All hard disks will be displayed here. Hard disks should be used with SATA 2, SATA 3 connectors for video surveillance systems. Click Next. Here the system prompts us to change the password and ask control questions. We will not do it now. Click Exit. All our cameras are displayed here. You can move the mouse, and here we have hints and quick menu items. For example, PDZ is for rotating cameras. Zoom button, that is zooming in on the footage. Here you can enable audio that supports your surveillance cameras, which you connect such. 2 times click the mouse to expand the window to full screen. Also click twice to go back. Right-click to open the menu. Here, for example, you can customize the display of the number of cameras you want. Let's click to exit full screen mode in order to see the main menu. There are a lot of different functions and settings here. I will show you the main ones that you will probably use. On the top, we have the main buttons. Here we have now open view mode. On the left, CCTV cameras. Here respectively display. Also customize as you need. Here is the button archive here. Select the desired camera on the left. Select the date on the calendar. Below displays the selected day from 0 to 24 hours. Here you can display only motion recording. You can speed up the video. Then in the search section, you can save the information to a USB flash card before you need to insert it into any USB port of the recorder. Also select the surveillance camera. Select the date. Click on the button to save the video to a USB flash drive. Here are all the same settings that we have already seen. There are also additional settings, such as user settings. Here you can create several users so that then you can keep track of who went into the menu recorder and what did with the system. Here is a system of alerts about different events. Also all standard can be configured. Here network settings. On the P2P tab you can configure the option to view the image from a smartphone. There is also an email tab here. In this item you can configure email notifications that triggered the motion sensor. Here are the camera settings that we have already seen, and also WASD menu settings. For example, you can specify the names for each camera. Here are the recording settings for each camera. In this item you can choose how to record your CCTV cameras constantly, by motion sensor or by schedule. We recommend that all our customers immediately put all CCTV cameras in motion sensor recording mode. Here is the DVR maintenance button. You can use it to get basic information and also to update the device. In the upper right corner there is also a button to turn off and restart the DVR.
Now I will show you how to install and set up the application on your smartphone for remote viewing. The instructions are absolutely the same for all Apple devices, meaning on iPhone 10, 15, 16, it's all exactly the same, as well as for all Google devices and all Android devices. It's all absolutely the same. Download the app through the App Store or Google Market called BitVision. You enter the BitVision app, click on the 3 lines in the top left. Here, click on Login. Now, click on First, Login. And here you click on the registration button. Complete the registration. It's a fairly simple registration. You need to provide your email, password, nothing to worry about. I am already registered. After you have registered, click on the Login button. Click on the 3 lines again. Go to the device manager, and here in the bottom right, you click on the plus sign. 3 options are offered for how to add your video recorder. The simplest option is to click the bottom item, LAN search. This means that a network search will be performed automatically. Here, my video recorder is displayed immediately. I click on it. Here we need to enter the device name. You can specify something arbitrary, for example, home. The username is always admin, in lowercase. And the password. Here, enter the one you specified during initial registration, that is, the password. From your video recorder, I see the camera display. And let's go through the main settings. I can double-click on the camera to display 4 cameras at once. Similarly, set up all the cameras connected to your video recorder. I can rotate the phone 90 degrees to display the camera in full screen. I can pinch to zoom in on the image for software zoom, rotating the phone back. There are also quick buttons below the screen. The first is to take a screenshot. The second is to record video online right now. Next, this button allows you to listen to the audio from the surveillance camera. The following button displays a certain number of cameras you want to show at once. I will leave it at 1 for now. The BD button is for switching modes. Right now we clicked on HD and can see how the quality has changed, meaning we are viewing in maximum quality and can see how clear the image has become. By default, BD is set for traffic saving, so you see the situation and understand what is happening. If you want to view this moment in maximum detail, you click on HD. Below, there are also playback, close, and share buttons. I will show you the main feature that you will use, which is viewing. Click on the 3 lines in the top left, and here select playback. Here, you also select the camera that will be connected, and at the bottom, a bar will appear, and you simply swipe with your finger to choose the event you want to view. For example, you see that yesterday at there was some movement at 1 o'clock in the morning, and you just swipe your finger here, and automatic playback starts. That is, in this way you can not only view the image online from your phone, but also see what happened. You can quickly send this information to your phone to take it to law enforcement or do something else with this information.